So within the 20 years that I have been in practice, I've actually had some transitions myself. At least the first 10 years that I practiced, it was a pain-based model where we focused on patients' symptoms only. And so really all we cared about was how fast could we get you out of pain. And once we're out of pain, we stop care. And that's very much Western medicine and how we are taught in our schools. Is somebody has a symptom, we get rid of the symptom. But what I've learned over the years is that's not where it stops, because you can have no symptoms and be very unhealthy. You can be very healthy and have symptoms. So symptoms are not a very good way of indicating how our underlying or baseline health actually is. I would treat patients, and again, really great at getting them out of pain, and the patients were happy with that. But what I found was they would come back later, whether that was 3 months, 6 months, or a year later, with the same symptoms. And that started to lead me to ask some questions about why that was happening. And what I learned was when we took x-rays, we would show that they would actually show that the patient was getting worse over time. And the reason that was happening is because there was no true correction of the underlying problem that took place. And so when I finally learned about corrective care, I could not live with myself just doing pain care anymore, because I know that I'm selling that patient short. I know that if I just stop at the pain and don't fix the underlying problem, that in 10 years from now they're going to be way worse off than they would have been had I corrected the underlying problem. But I'd always heard these stories from other chiropractors around the country where they were seeing things with their patients with maybe they had digestive issues and they just didn't have those anymore. Maybe it was acid reflux. They didn't have it anymore. Maybe people had asthma or allergies and they were getting better under chiropractic care. I never saw that when I was doing pain care. When I transitioned you into corrective care, where we start correcting those underlying problems, we see it with almost every patient now. Almost every patient has some sort of story, whether it's something simple like they're sleeping better and they have more energy. But we have had patients. I've had one patient that was on asthma medications for 15 years and he came in for a work-related injury to his upper back, and we started treating that, and lo and behold, that's the same area that the nerves go to the lungs. And he just asked me one day, he said, could this affect my asthma? And I just asked him, I said, why, what's going on? And he said, I don't take asthma medication anymore. He goes, it doesn't bother me at all. And then so I explained to him that neurologic connection. Those kind of things are really neat to see. And that's probably been one of the biggest transitions for me. And that's based completely on integrity, where I just couldn't sell patients short anymore, and just, they'd come in, I'm going to give them what they want, but I also am going to show them what they need and where they actually could go with this in the long run.